Hello, how are y'all? My name is Jennifer Collins, and today I'm here to talk to you about how I was evicted and later was able to get out of that and buy a house. So I want you to listen to this today if you are renting, or maybe if you've been evicted, or if you ever want to purchase anything that requires a good credit score. So here goes. Have you ever been evicted with your belongings strewn out all over the pavement where you had to go through your personal things? Are you scared to look at your credit score? Also, do you feel like you can't talk to anybody about your finances because maybe you're ashamed? Do you long for stability? Have you been making money but have no idea how to leverage that to your advantage? Well, I'm here to tell you that I have been there before. I was evicted once. It was actually one of the most terrible things that I had ever had to go through. My husband and I and 2 boys had just moved into a house that was paid for by our employer. And let's just say that the situation with them got really bad. And one night we prayed about it and said that he needed to put in his 2-week notice, although the roof over our head was being paid for by his employer. So it was definitely a leap of faith that we had to take, and we had just moved our kids, school districts. So it definitely wasn't something that came easy. So we thought that if he put in his 2-week notice that we were going to be able to have time to find a place to live. Well, that was not the case. So we went to work and came home, and when we did, there were all of our things on the carport. There was a plastic tub that had Ethan and Aiden's keepsakes in them, and definitely all of our clothes, Christmas tree, anything that was ours that was a loose item was out on the pavement. So that was definitely a devastating time for us because we didn't have any time to find an apartment. And anyway, I just felt like we were as low as the dirt that our things were laying on. It's not like we had, planned this. It wasn't the ideal situation. And we weren't ready. We were definitely not ready. Luckily, my job paid enough to cover our rent, our car payments, our insurance, our daycare. So it wasn't like we were homeless, but we were forced to find an apartment temporarily. And I tell you all of this because I want to help people who are trying to get out and get some stability and they don't know what to do. Maybe you're a young couple or just anybody who needs some financial help. So there's this little thing called a credit score, and it's this number that tells banks what kind of financial health you are in. Well, mine at the time, I had just been evicted, and it wasn't so great. I want to say maybe it was like 580. I don't really remember, but it definitely wasn't high enough for us to buy a house. I really don't remember. But anyway, I spoke to a banker, and she told me that I needed to get my credit score up to 620. So how in the heck was I going to do that? Anyway, it was really awesome because she suggested this little thing called creditkarma.com, and it's totally free. Totally free. You can download it on your phone. I don't get anything from telling you about this, but I've been finding myself trying to explain to a lot of people how they can get their credit score up, especially with the financial climate that we're in right now. According to MSN.com on Market Watch, it talks about how there is a possible, it says there's been a threat of mass evictions. Biden plans, though, to extend the national eviction moratorium through September 2021. So it looks like anybody who's renting has some time to build their credit. So that's why I believe that we definitely need to be talking about this. So once I downloaded creditkarma.com, this saved my life. It was one of the first tips it gave. It said, if I want to build my credit and raise my score, then I need to first have a credit card. But if you don't have any if you don't have a good score, you can't exactly apply for a credit card because no one trusts your ability to pay it back because you have no track record. So the solution is simple for them. There's this little thing called a prepaid credit card. That's when the real work starts for you. As I found on creditkarma.com, they explained that I needed to save $200 cash to purchase a prepaid credit card. Then all I had to do was wait about 10 days for the card to come in and I could start getting to work. They suggested that I use it for gas and groceries and then turn around and pay it off within that same billing cycle. And then they explained that each month, the on-time payment would post to all 3 credit bureaus and begin to raise my score. I can tell you that in about 6 months of positive payments, my score was up to the 620 I needed, and I was on my way to buying my first house. So that was pretty awesome. Now, that's not all that Credit Karma does. They will actually give you access to all 3 credit bureaus and what is posting on them to help you either clear your name of unwarranted charges. I mean, you may have to look on there and see that someone with your name, like that the addresses are not you. You know, you can challenge those things. But you have to, print those things and get them out and look at all of your dirt so you can start cleaning that up. You can see old medical bills and you can show anything. It shows anything that's in collections. So if anyone you know is just starting out, has income, and looks to one day purchase something large that requires a good credit score, I highly suggest that you download creditkarma.com. And I freely open up communication with you and with anyone who has questions about my journey and if you need help navigating it. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great day and let me know if there's anything I can do to help.